Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. If you are new here, welcome and thank you for your subscription. I almost said thanks for your service. Thank you for your subscription. My name is Sophie, and I am your friendly tarot reader for this evening, or day, or morning, depending on where you are in the world. I can answer pretty much any question you may have, of course, with the exception of medical and or legal questions. And today we are using, wipe this off a little bit, we are using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck. I've had this one for many years. Very beautiful deck that is very closely reminiscent of the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So beyond tarot, I'm also a professional astrologer, and I'm also a professional psychic medium. I can contact those who have passed away, those who have passed on. I do say, hi, Felicia, running through to say hello. Well, thank you so much, love. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, love. Good to see you. And I was going to say, and thank you for the like, too. Yeah, everyone, be sure to click the like button. It really helps your girl out. Thank you so much, Felicia. Much love and light to you. Yeah, so if you are interested in a mediumship reading, I do ask that you please just let me know that you are interested in a mediumship reading, because before you make your donation, because I personally, I don't know, I can't speak for any other medium, but I personally have found that I cannot contact every single person who has passed away, which does check out if you think about it. Reincarnation, people do reincarnate, and if they have, no way for me to talk to them spiritually, I know where they are in this world. And I have encountered once or twice, literally it was only like once or twice, I can't think of it, yeah, I think it was only 2 times, where I checked in to see if somebody was available for communication. I think the first time it was before I was doing check-ins, and I had to refund them their donation because I couldn't get in touch with the person who they wanted me to get in touch with. And it wasn't because they reincarnated, they legit just didn't want to talk to me, which is fair. And in both instances, the asker, the querent, was like, that would make sense. They were not a fan of tarot or things of the esoteric realm. They were Catholic or whatever the case was. And everyone has their right to not want to talk to me, but that's only happened, like I said, 2 times, I want to say, and I've given done a lot of mediumship readings for people, so that is not a common occurrence. One of the other reasons I've discovered is if somebody has passed very recently, and this is not always the case. I gave a mediumship not too long ago to a beloved client of mine, and the person who they were trying to contact had only just passed away a month prior. We had tried checking in a month prior, like literally days after this person's passing, and at first I just couldn't get through. Then they came back about a month later. They asked if I could check again, and I did. And sure as heck, they came right on through, and they said that they had gotten a message from that person that day saying to come back to me and to check again. And like, okay, yeah, no, so they basically like boned up on how to, because that's something that A, spirits need to process things once they've passed over, and B, it's a skill that they learn on the other side. So at least that's what I've been told. So but they learned and adapted quite quickly in their desire to want to communicate very quickly, but a lot of souls often take about 6 months to up to a year to be able to communicate with, but that's not always the case. Like I said, there have been outliers, and the more and more I do this and practice this professionally, the more and more I discover and learn as well along the way. I also offer past life regression readings. I have offered those almost, I want to say, since I started practicing professionally. But I really refined my past life regression techniques over the past, I'd say towards the latter part of last year was when I really honed my craft there and have a very specific vision. And instead of just channeling a past life of yours, it's now with purpose and intent. And I realized that when I was giving past life readings in the past. Thank you so much, Fernando, for your donation, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I realized that in the past, but like, it became like in the past, I would notice that when I gave like past life readings to people, it was always, they'd always say something like, that really like resonates with my life now, or that really helps me understand my life now or my past. And that's really what I think is so important about learning about our past lives is gleaning insight and gaining insight into why we went through those, why we're going through the things we go through, good and bad now, and the reasons and the ways in which we overcame them and learned from them in the past. Fernando, thank you so much, my friend, for your donation. Were you interested in a 10 card reading today, or did you have more than one question? Are they going to interview me at C South and you would like a 10 card? You got it, no problem. And we just received a donation from Miss Felicia. Thank you so much, Felicia, for your donation, love. All right, Fernando, let's jump right on into this. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Sorry. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Fernando get interviewed at C South? How exciting, Fernando! You've got an interview, or well, let's hope you've got an interview. You made it. You applied somewhere, or is this a new place, or is this at your work? But is it a new like department? Are you like transferring? Eight of Swords reversed, the Hanged Man, the Lovers. You're a Gemini, right, Fernando? I know I always ask that. Two of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Sun, King of Wands, Seven of Cups. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so when I put this card down on the table, a card fell on the floor and I saw it and it was Seven of Cups and I put it at the bottom of the deck. No, not at the bottom of the deck. I put it at the placement where the deck was and I shuffled again. That's weird. That's crazy. Okay, Seven of Cups, the Moon, and Four of Wands. That's not just a yes for me, Fernando. That is a heck yeah. Dude, yes, you're gonna get an interview, 100%. I would be so embarrassed and so shocked if you did not. But I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Certain decks, I can tell when I look at the back if it's, and only this is for only certain decks, depending on the art. Certain decks have symmetrical art, and you can't tell if it's upright or reversed. These cards, I can tell if they're upright. So I saw that we were pulling all upright cards except for one reversal. Not only is this one reversal, Fernando, but as you may already know, this is my favorite reversal, the Eight of Swords reversed. The Eight of Swords reversed and the Nine of Swords reversed in succession, but this is my favorite. Being set free, dude. You will be set free. You will be unbound, untethered, and somebody is going to be seeing your light very soon. Sun is also a victory. I don't want to say that you're going to get the job before you even have the interview, but damn, like this looks really, really good, and this is something that your spirit guides are totally on board with. And I feel like you're on board with it too, Fernando. This is going to provide you with we're talking about the interview. You're going to be showing them. They're going to see your light, and they're going to see a new perspective of you. And I think I said this in the past, dude, that your new job, they're going to see you, and it's like a light that's always been shining from within you that no one's ever, like, maybe they've never mentioned it, or they've never thanked you for it or appreciated you for it, or they've never, no one's ever really seen it within you. Sure does look good. Right, Felicia? Not only are these all upright, but they're really good upright cards. Because I do always take that into consideration when I see all uprights. I go, okay, well, there's lots of bad upright cards in the deck. And I have made that mistake. I get excited sometimes when I see all uprights, and then we'll be like Five of Pentacles and Three of Swords, all these crappy cards. These are all beautiful cards. We got a lot of majors here. And this is what I believe I said this. I don't know if it was during your year, the year reading for 2025, but it was like, yeah, your new place of employment, they're going to see a light in you that people haven't taken notice of before. And with this King of Wands, I feel like the person assessing you, the person interviewing you is going to be extremely fair. Extremely fair. And they're going to see this and you and them as a very harmonious pairing. Lovers, Two of Cups, and Four of Wands are all signifiers of that, Fernando. And I told you this Seven of Cups fell out of the deck, and a lot of readers will just, if the card falls out of their deck, they just automatically put it on the table. That's not how I read. But it was almost as if Spirit was like pushing this card out for you. This is wish fulfillment. This is like ask and you shall receive. So, Spirit's been really, I don't want to say pushy, but really, really wanting you very adamantly to make a move, to find this harmonious union, despite it being scary. It can be scary, to switch jobs, to start working somewhere else, because of, that which is unknown can be, a little scary to us sometimes. But I feel like change is very welcome in your world right now. This Hangman too is also a signifier of you having a new environment to look at, getting to see things from an entirely new perspective. in your work life, in your career life. And this is going to be this job is very well suited for you, dude. Knight of Wands, Four of Wands. And they're going to see that, and you're going to see it too. You've already seen it. That's why you applied. This is wonderful, Fernando. I am so pleased. If only all of my readings that I gave to people could be this good all the time, then my job would be so easy. So yeah, I'm very happy to tell you that I would be shocked if you didn't get an interview, and I would be surprised if you didn't land the job. Furthermore, I'll go so far as to even say that we didn't even ask that, but the energy is so good here. You're going to make a really wonderful impression on them, and they are not going to take it for granted. I really think they're going to want you to get on board with them, Fernando. This looks great. I'm so pleased. I'm so excited. I shouldn't say pleased because we still haven't gotten our answer yet. But you know me, I stand by my word and what I say, and I saw this happening earlier this year. Someone's seeing a new light, and it's not even a new light, Fernando. This light's been within you forever. Since childhood, this light's been within you, but people are finally going to see it and reward and pay you for it. You will that light will be you know, appreciated, and I'm so happy for you. I'm excited for you. And when you land the interview, I'll be so pleased and excited because I think this looks really, really good. You're so welcome, Fernando. Thank you, love. I am so happy. Like I said, giving those kind of readings. Felicia, you're here a lot. Felicia's a regular. She sees the cards I pull. She knows that I don't pull those cards very often. You know, I mean, I do, but not all of them at once. You know, even that Eight of Swords. Like, love it. Love it. Thank you again, Fernando. Miss Felicia, thank you so much for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Yeah, right, Felicia? Like, how often do we see all those all at once? And it's so lovely, too, because Fernando often gets readings. I'm not like doxing you or anything, but he often gets readings publicly here on my live streams, general readings. And I don't know if you've heard some of them, but the last like 4 or 5 have been, his guides are like that nagging auntie that we have, you know, like, you gotta do this, and all they want him to do is leave his job and find another ship to go to, not career wise, just new environment, because he's doing the right thing. He's meant to be an educator. But they were so fastidious about that, and now that they're seeing action, it's just like, wow. Like, I feel like they're helping on the other side. I'm gonna be honest. I think they're helping him for sure. Not like he needs the help, but I think that they're trying to make this as seamless as possible because they just wanted it so badly. What good things are coming to me very soon? So, Felicia, whenever anybody comes to me and asks me that question, or like, what blessings can I look for? I haven't heard them lately, but I remember Fernando from years back. Yeah, he's also a regular here on Starry for sure. We love Fernando. I whenever anybody asks that question, you know, what blessings are coming towards me, or what good things can I look forward to in the near future, I always offer the option of getting an oracle card reading. Alternatively, and you don't have to, but the reason why I think it's better for this question is because tarot tells the truth. And I'm not saying that there's no good things coming to you, and I'm not saying that what the oracle cards are going to say is not true, because because they're softer messages. But with tarot, it'll often deliver the message like, I find that when I ask that question for people with tarot, it often shows me it often tells me things that they want people to change in order to bring blessings into their lives, which is not what people really want to hear when you ask that question. And it's not really what I like to convey. And I'm not saying that's 100% going to be the answer if I do pull from tarot, but that happens a lot. And then I don't want people to think they have no blessings to look forward to, because we always do in our lives. But tarot can just be more of it's not a soothsayer, it's a truth teller. And if there's something they want you to alter, if there's a path, if they feel that you need to adjust or pivot on your path in some way in order to bring more abundant blessings, not at all. No, not at all. And that's something I need to advertise more on my channels. Well, I do offer oracle card readings. They're at no additional charge, and I have some great decks here. In fact, I have to say most of the decks, oracle decks I have. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them were gifts from Six of Swords. They were gifts from Bird. So they're very, very special to me. And not only that, but they're really insightful. I'm not one to really like go out and purchase oracle cards. I like to add to my tarot collection. But she's given me some really wonderful decks, and I already know which ones I would like to use. I want to use the Cosmic Dancer deck, which was a gift from her. And I also want to use the Arcana of Astrology deck. Wait, do I want to use that, or do I want to use the Wisdom of the Oracle? I feel more drawn actually to use Wisdom of the Oracle. When I read for myself, I read Oracle only. They clarify more for me than tarot cards. Interesting. I was bad, and not bad, but I read for myself last night, which my rule is I can read for myself so long as it's not a matter of like an emotional matter, something that my emotions are tied to. And the question was of an emotional matter, and I still asked it, and it gave me the same answer that another tarot reader had given me earlier that day. And I'm not saying I was doubting that reader, because I wasn't, but I was very surprised by their answer. So I checked with my spirit guides, and they said the same thing. They gave me actually an even more double down yes answer in the positive. And I was very surprised, still very surprised. But however, I take it all with a grain of salt when I read it for myself. But I've never thought about pulling oracle. I used to pull oracle cards for myself. I think I'm just so like comfortable with tarot that's my knee-jerk reaction. But yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of value in oracle cards for sure. And we're going to see that now. I'm going to pull 2 cards from the Cosmic Dancer deck and 2 cards from this Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And let's go ahead and update this list. Totally, yeah. Just like some people are stronger in tarot, some people are stronger in oracle. Absolutely, love. Which ones do you use, if you don't mind me asking? Are you familiar with either of these? Or you may have seen me read from them on my channel. Because I give an oracle reading maybe once every couple of weeks, and it's almost always this question. I find that this question is definitely best answered with oracle. At least you have. I was gonna say if you are well versed in oracle, you probably know both of these. Yeah, and you have both of them. Yeah, I have some other ones. Would you prefer I use other decks that you don't have actually? If you already have these, I can give you a list here and show you a little bit of what I got. Here we have Myths and Mermaids, Oracle of the Water. I also have a Sacred Geometry Oracle deck. I have this Wisdom of the Oracle deck, which is... Oh no, this is what we're using. Or I was going to use. Maybe you don't want me to use it, let me know. Have Oracle of the Mermaids. As you can tell, I'm a little bit of a beach bunny. I have a lot of Collier Baron Reed. Oh, I don't know I'm not familiar with who that is. Is that a publisher or an author? I also have Sea Melodies. These are pretty brief. Angel Answers, those are also brief. The Arcana of Astrology. Are you familiar with that one? Let me know if you want to proceed with the original two or if any of the other ones I showed you piqued your interest. The original two? Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What blessings are coming towards Felicia? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What blessings are coming towards Felicia? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What blessings are coming towards Felicia? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What blessings are coming towards Felicia? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What blessings are coming towards Felicia? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What blessings are coming towards Felicia? We have consciously complete and honestly assess. The cosmic dance is a never-ending spiral of endings and beginnings. Every ending is also a beginning. Consciously honoring the completion of something allows you to garner, assimilate, and integrate the gifts of the past as you simultaneously open yourself to the new. Receiving this card indicates a cycle is ending or has recently ended. An experience, relationship, or project is coming to a close. Alternatively, an old behavioral or psychological pattern is ready to be released. To establish closure, consciously work in the realm of energy, emotion, frequency, and vibration. This will ensure you are not weighed down by past events. Additionally, it will ground and dissipate any extra energy that you no longer need. No matter what is ending or has ended in your life, feel appreciation and gratitude for everything it taught you and for all the big and small blessings it brought you. If it's something you're ready to release, accept and embrace the experience and acknowledge the many lessons it brought. If it's something challenging to let go of, feel grateful for having had the experience. The completion of a cycle is a perfect time for ritual. This ritual can be as simple or as detailed as you wish, as long as you set the intention to alchemically synthesize and metabolize all the many blessings the cycle brought about in your life. Once you do, lovingly let it all go. Breathe deeply and relax your mind, body, and spirit. Surrender any details, outcomes, and attachments to the universe. You can do this with absolute trust when you remember the universe will harmonize and calibrate all excess energy and bring all associated aspects and effects into divine and perfect order. Connecting with the grounding, receptive energy grid of Mother Earth is an ideal way to perform such a ritual. Do this simply and effectively through movement. Put the past to rest. Let go and move forward with lightness and joyful expectation. Remember, endings are a natural and necessary part of life. They bring needed blessings and growth, and they always make way for beautiful new beginnings. Like that. Like that, girl. Number 6, honestly assess. This situation calls for examination and review. Take a step back and honestly assess how far you've come, where you are now, and where you'd like to be. Bravely look within to discover what can be improved or refined. On a spiritual and emotional level, identify what pulls you out of a loving presence. What inner pain, struggles, or limiting beliefs can you now recognize, release, and transmute into love? Pay special attention to emotions such as jealousy, judgment, guilt, or feeling closed off from your emotional flow. On the physical and tangible level, what is it that you most want to accomplish or experience? And how can you get there from where you are? Following through on living your dreams requires strategy and hard work. Once you put your passions into action, you must regularly check in with yourself and ask, where can I work harder? What skills can I develop? In what ways do I need to progress? When assessing your situation, be objectively honest with yourself. There is no need to dramatize or minimize it. No matter what obstacle or issue you discover, you are more than qualified to overcome it. Take on an adventurous attitude toward your challenges and surrender to being a lifelong work in process. It may help to consult with someone you trust, such as a teacher, mentor, or friend, to receive a valuable outside perspective. I will add also a member of your church. If you have already received feedback from others, you may want to take an honest and compassionate approach and consider what they have said. Drawing this card is also a reminder to notice how far you've already come. Rather than focusing solely on the goal or outcome, be mindful of the journey. Otherwise, you may miss all the magic and fun. Prevent burnout and exhaustion by recharging your motivation. Pace yourself, fully inhabit the present moment, and happily acknowledge your milestones. This is a card of self-reflection, self-evaluation, and self-improvement. Once you lovingly notice what is asking to be acknowledged, you will be well along your way. Ooh, I like the art on that next card. It's like a showgirl, number 7. Check out card number 7 in this deck. I don't know if I've ever pulled that for anybody. But the art's pretty fabulous. Oh yeah, it's dancers, so she's a showgirl. So that is what I am seeing there, Miss Felicia. Now let's mosey on over to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. I really feel compelled to use a deck that you don't have, Felicia. Are you familiar with this deck? I really like this deck. The Arcana of Astrology. Are you familiar with that one? Or do you or do you like what you know? Do you want to stick with the Wisdom of the Oracle? Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so you don't mind switching to this? Cause yeah, I wanna give you some oracle cards that you haven't seen before. Yeah, this is a great deck. Bird also got me this deck. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What blessings can Felicia look forward to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What blessings can Felicia look forward to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Please illuminate what blessings Felicia can look forward to. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What blessings can Felicia anticipate? Angels, and spirit guides. What blessings are coming towards Felicia? Messengers and spirit guides. What blessings are coming towards Felicia? Messengers and spirit guides. What blessings are coming towards Felicia? Messengers and spirit guides. What blessings are coming towards Felicia? We have Juno. I was just gonna say it would be so funny if we pull Libra, or the planet that Libra is ruled by, which I should know, but I don't at this time. Libra, not off the top of my head, and Pisces, which is ruled by Neptune. I do know that. Okay, Miss Libra girl right here in the center. That is not uncommon. And there's a lot of cards in this deck. There are like dish many. Like it's a thick deck. Yes, they do address all 12 signs, but there's a lot more. I think, how many cards are in? Should say. How many cards? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. There's more. I know there's more than 43 because for the moon, there's like 10 cards. I think there's like 53 cards in this. Venus is Libra. That would make sense. That's what I should know that as an astrologer. And B, we even talked about that yesterday. We were talking about how Libra is ruled by beauty. because I was saying I'm so grateful to be a Libra rising, because I've read and seen a lot of Aquariuses don't really give a monkeys about what they look like. If they are beautiful, it's usually just because they are just uniquely beautiful, or like dressing interestingly. I really just like presenting oneself nicely. I love art. I love beautiful things. I love surrounding myself with beautiful things. And then one of my clients yesterday said, "Oh, well, that's because Libra is ruled by the planet that rules beauty and love." I was like, "Well, that would have to be Venus, I guess, right?" So I guess, right, yeah, Eros, Venus. Okay, girl, let's start with this card. We have Juno, which is an asteroid. The asteroid of Juno. When Juno appears in a reading, it is time to take a look at your relationship and evaluate what is working and what is not. Make sure your focus is not only on the history of this relationship, could be any relationship, but also the possible future of it. Juno never makes a flippant or sudden decision. She looks at every possible angle of a situation. It's the perfect time to make a list of the pros, cons, or indiscretions. Is your partner meeting your needs? Are you meeting their needs? If your partner strives for stability and you want excitement, how are you going to balance these desires? And if you are not partnered up, this is a great time to do some self-reflection on what you bring to the table, the boundaries you want to set, or if you even want to be in a romantic relationship at all. Sounds very Libra-esque to me. The evaluation, looking at everything at all sides, assessing, making a list, the pros, the cons, and the indiscretions, and the boundary setting too. I think you know what you bring to the table. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's a good thing to reflect on. We almost always reflect on, I think, not when I say we, I mean people in general, when we're interested in being in a romantic relationship, we often focus on what that person would be like. Interesting, a relationship must be coming. I was thinking that, girl. I was thinking that. And if that's the case, it's true. Like I was just saying, we often, and I'm not saying you, but and I've noticed I do, and people I know, we tend to focus, and I tell clients to focus, like, do you have an idea of what your partner would be like? And oftentimes they'll say, I have a type, but I'm not quite sure. I'm like, well, visualize and manifest. Like, what they would be like very specifically. And if you meet someone that doesn't meet that mold exactly, that's fine. But having a good idea just helps spirit bring someone into your life easier, helps them, gives them an easier time. But I think this is also very wise too. Like, and I always tell people, like, temperance, like, I don't always remember to, but I should, just as much as we want to visualize who we want to ideally be with, it's good to also reflect, like, what aspects do I, not what aspects, necessarily do I have as a romantic partner, but what can I bring to the table, and what do I want to bring to the table? Because you may be a great cook, but you may not want to be with a guy who wants you to cook for him all the time, like those specificities, and that's also a boundary too, but that's just an example. But yeah, it's also good to look at the things that we can bring to a relationship and what we would want to bring to a connection as well. I'll come up with who I want to be in a relationship with and who I want them to be. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And also, like I said, also it's also good to do self-reflection too. Like, your worth, you know what you bring to the table as a romantic partner. But there might be some things that you can bring to the table that you might not want to. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I've met a couple of women who keep it on the down low that they're good cooks. Like they kind of like, or they might, like, not to their partners necessarily, but like, you don't want a partner who's just going to rely on you for food if that's not something you want to do all the time unless you wanted to. Some of them do, but I've met some women who like to keep it like a little like low key, because yeah, some people will just I don't want to say take advantage of it, but if you're a good cook, like, there is a lot of value in that, but if you don't want to cook, that makes sense, or someone who would cook with you, another pair of hands, or whatever you're looking for. Libra, you girl. Libra is a gentle reminder to handle conflicts with grace and poise. Sometimes you have to work with someone you aren't a fan of, but if you keep an open mind, you may find that you share the same goals, or are at the least are able to work together amicably. A lot of astrology is about balancing your needs with your wants. We were just talking about that. Sorting out this energy from that energy. But with the Libra scales, it is even more crucial that you weigh both sides of a situation thoroughly. Now is not the time for rash decisions. Interesting. I did that for 22 years. Yeah, now I want to eat fruit. My body has changed drastically. Are you like I eat a lot of fruit too. I'm not like, I'm certainly not a fruitarian. I know that's a thing for sure. I mean, fruit's so good for you. And I don't know, it's easier on my tum-tum than a lot of other foods. Yeah, you don't want to have to cook for someone who's got like a dude who's likely to have like quite an appetite. Like, no, you did that. I was gonna say, I didn't want to say it, but I felt it. Like, you already been there, done that. This is not your first rodeo. You know, you were in a very long connection, and I think that's also with this Juno card something to reflect on too. Um, Not in a traumatic, triggering way, but the ways in which in which things didn't work. Um, and of course, there were some things that did work, at least at the beginning. Otherwise, you never would have ever been together. And the last reading I did also talked about that, that something was coming to a final close. I'm hoping it's what we think it is, or what I was thinking it is. And to things it used to, I can't eat a lot of stuff. Oh, I also remember you telling me that you lost your sense of smell after you had COVID. So that would also do something too, I would imagine, to one's appetite because we taste mostly with our nose. So yeah, I wonder if that's a factor too. Your tongue burns. I've never heard of one's tongue burning from foods. It's awful. But I'm glad you found foods that do work for you. That's key for sure. Um, Real quick, I want to read you what this book has to say about your sign. The second sign ruled by Venus, and the seventh in the zodiac is the air sign, Libra. Oh, I wonder what the other sign that's ruled by Venus is. I'll have to look that up. Known for a charming disposition. Yeah, yeah. Known for a charming disposition and appreciation for intellectual stimulation, this sign can easily fit into any social situation. Libras have the ability to see both sides of any debate or argument, which allows them to be pretty decent moderators even in their own conflicts. They are also prone to playing devil's advocate just for the sake of it, and can end up hurting those they care about unintentionally. Oh. The blend of confidence, beauty, and wit is a delicate balancing act, but Libra seems to achieve it with ease in a way that other signs cannot. This can quickly spiral into arrogance, and it would serve Libra well to accept the occasional dose of humility. Well, geez Louise, okay. I don't, not every Libra is the same. Anyway, I think a lot of people, doesn't matter what their sign is, sometimes just need a dose of humility. I think we all do, really. Wait, that's odd. Oh, never mind, okay. Pisces. Mixed emotions could be an ongoing theme for you. Pisces acknowledges this confusion, and this card is a reminder not to make rash decisions. When faced with a problem, you may feel tempted to go with the first option presented to you, just to do anything but stand still, but that would be unwise. Do some soul searching, and when you are ready to make a decision, you'll know which choice is the right one. Pisces can also mean that you are feeling overly sensitive and imagining problems that aren't actually there. Whether it is reading too much into comments made in passing by those around you, or not processing your own emotions towards others, these types of situations need to be handled gracefully. I am spiritually different. I won't let go of my new growth spirituality. Absolutely, absolutely, love. Don't ever let go of that. I know you won't. Interesting. Yeah, Pisces. Don't. What did it say again? What was the last sentence? Because I talk about that all the time about Pisces, how they're like an influx of emotions. And then it just said something. Yeah, and there was another card says not the time to make rash decisions. Yep. This card says the same thing. Juno said it. This one said it. Or maybe it was Libra. And about handling difficult situations or problematic situations or challenges. They don't have to be difficult or problematic, but just a challenge. Handling them and maintaining grace and poise, which you do. I have no doubt you do. But I think that's a blessing in and of itself. Your disposition. And oh, you're welcome, Felicia. You're very welcome. I hope it helped. I hope. I know it didn't answer the question directly, but I definitely got a lot with those. And that's why I think using Oracle is very interesting, because we used 5 different cards from 2 different decks. And out of those 5 cards, not only did the cards in the deck we just used have a lot of similar themes, but the other deck did as well. In your reading, that this is not, I think most of the cards said this is not a time for rash decisions. This is definitely time for thoughtfulness. There's been so many problems that I am just going to flow. Yeah. And that's the grace. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of being born the way you were, and being spiritually and energetically in tune the way you are. That really is a blessing, and not everyone has that ability. There's a lot of angry people out there, and frustrated people that don't know how to handle or process those emotions, or process what they're having, the challenges they're faced with. And we've all had problems. We all, as Plato says, be kind, for everyone is fighting a very difficult battle. As humans, we all have our own battles and problems. But how we choose to handle them is key, because it as well, from my observations in my life and those around me, the more gracefully we can handle the challenges that we face, the better the result almost always is. And we may not be able to control the outcomes or the results, but we can certainly do a lot to mitigate them from getting worse, exacerbating the problem. And I think it even mentioned something about untangling something, like untangling, like tangling up or something. I forget, but you can definitely comb through, so to speak, the challenges we're faced with. And yeah, you're the Queen of Swords. You do so very, very gracefully, and effectively. And I'm sorry that you've had that there's been a lot of problems in your life, Felicia. I kept on playing the King of Cups for people when I was reading, I want to say last Sunday or Saturday. And it was like a theme throughout the night of this King of Cups theme. And the King of Cups, he sits on his throne, and Scorpio, he's cups, water, but he remains stable. I think I even pulled it for you in one of your readings, to remain seated and calm. I think that's what I said, because despite the turbulence, he still remains seated and calm, and he doesn't let the waves get the best of him. And a big part of that is his wisdom in knowing that though the waves are choppy at this time, they're going to resume to normal calm, and just as the tides always change, so do energies, so do things in our lives, and nothing is forever, and just, as much as the good things and the bad things. So, I think it's wise to go with the flow, and you definitely, fight for what you believe in, and tackle things in an effective way, for sure. But it's also important, I think, just to know that this is not permanent, and to have faith and peace in knowing that. That was nuts. The King of Cups was, and what was furthermore weird was that for my thumbnail pic, because I was using my iPad, for my thumbnail picture, I held a card up and I pulled just a random card from the deck, and it was the King of Cups. And then, like, every single reading I gave that night had the King of Cups featured in it in some way. Um, so, Page of Cups and King of Cups. Those, I remember those both came up in your reading. Um, Page of Cups was actually one of the cards that came up in that reading I told you about that I did for myself last night. Um, been thinking about those cards a lot, the King and the Page of Cups. Thank you again, Miss Felicia. I appreciate you as always, always. Yeah, I've been going on a little later than I normally do. At least the past couple of days I have. You want to do tarot now? Oh, okay. Sure, sure, love. Yeah. Watch, it comes up with just a bunch of wonderful stuff, and I was proven wrong. I think good things are going to come to you. I just know because I've done readings for people, and I know and blessings have come to them. Yet when I've asked the question, they didn't. It something else came up. So, but I truly hope that, and I have faith that blessings are coming to you for sure. Hi, Plucky. Good to see you, love. Thank you, hon. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm sorry you're hanging in there. I'm sorry if things are difficult right now, love. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I just worked my other job today, and here I am. Here I am. Thank you so much, Felicia. Thank you for your donation. All right, so you want, I'm guessing you want to ask the same question, right? Oh, shoot. I just realized something. I will be right back. I just need to go grab something really, really quickly upstairs. Thank you. And we are back. Okay. No, actually, well, I went to Mexico in January. That was back in January. I went to Mexico with my dad and my brother and my brother's girlfriend. And I haven't traveled since then. No, wait, I went to Joshua Tree for a little bit, a little road trip for a few days. No, that actually this weekend I was at my mom's, if you saw it, if it was this weekend, it was because I was at my parents' house. Yeah, and I use my iPad when I go other places. But my mom had surgery and she's doing great, recovering, and I went over there this weekend. But no, not recently. Well, I guess January is recent. Not too bad. Felicia, you're there, right, love? You want me to ask the same question? What blessings are coming towards you? Yes, yeah. Back where I first started live streaming, actually. I was living with my folks when I first started. Me too, me too. She's needed this surgery for a little while. She got a hip replacement, and she finally did it. She had a lot of hesitation, different reasons and stuff, but she was like, "We're just gonna take the plunge." She's getting another one, I believe, in 8 months, but the second one will be even easier because she'll know what to expect. Aw, much love to you. Thank you. Oh, you can stick around. You're all good, love. You're all good. I love it when people are in here sharing their energy. I know there's some readers who are like, if I'm reading, don't talk, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, okay. I mean, I get, like, concentration, and I respect that, but I can say it. Some people say it in not so kind ways, honestly. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what blessings can Felicia look forward to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what blessings can Felicia look forward to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what blessings can Felicia look forward to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what blessings can Felicia look forward to? Masters and spirit guides, what blessings can Felicia look forward to? Masters and spirit guides, what blessings can Felicia look forward to? Masters and spirit guides, what blessings can Felicia look forward to? Masters and spirit guides, what blessings can Felicia look forward to? Masters and spirit guides, what blessings can Felicia look forward to? Masters and spirit guides, what blessings can Felicia look forward to? Okay, I'm gonna say it. I usually don't ever say this, but like I was saying earlier, Felicia, this deck, I can see how many reversals we have. We've got 3 uprights, okay? We got 3 uprights and 2 reversals, so let's get going. Okay, Spirit, I know you're real. I've always known you're real. King of Cups. King of Cups is our first card, Felicia. Again. 2 of Wands reversed. 6 of Swords. The Chariot. And Judgment reversed. Okay. Are you planning on traveling? Or did you want to travel somewhere? Were you planning a trip, Felicia? Because I'm seeing travel in your wheelhouse. And have you got your car? Have you bought your car yet? Has that journey come to an end? Because I'm loving this 6 of Swords and Chariot. Of course I'm loving this King of Cups. I am, but not until August. Okay. Well, that's going to happen. You're going to have a great time. And yeah, have you purchased your car yet? Because I see a car. And I'm also seeing like road trips. You haven't found your car yet. I would definitely resume. If you put that search on pause, I would resume it. And remember the message we got from the Oracle cards. This is not a time to make any rash decisions. You don't make rash decisions. You're not a rash decision maker. You're a Libra. It's like you just don't. Like Libras have a very difficult time making decisions, actually. I've always had a difficult time making decisions, and I always thought it was because I was an Aquarius. It has nothing to do with being an Aquarius. It has to do with my Libra rising. We have a harder time because I say we because my rising sign is very much a part of me. and how I make decisions, but we look at every angle, you know, like that's why I love Metatron's cube. Like this is like how multifaceted life is. This is how nothing is ever black and white, you know. Um, that's why I hate our political system and pretty much like every political like ideology and like trendy thing that's going on. Anyway, people just see things in black and white and it's problematic. Anyway, you don't. You really don't. You really look at every aspect of things. So there's no rash decision making in your world, period. And that's why you don't mind taking time in your journey, um, and making the judgments calls that you need to make. I see the need to make a judgment call going away. This is telling me, this is heralding the end of your journey, that you're going to find. It has been a long time coming, but for good reason. I think that's a perfect example as to how you don't make rash decisions. You take your time in finding just the right thing that you need. Two of Wands reversed, Judgment reversed. These are both judgment calls, making decisions. And they're the only two reversed cards. That's telling me that your need to make decisions and settle on a decisive factor is going to dissipate. Of course, we're faced with choices every single day as human beings. I was going to say as adults, but children are as well. We all are from day one. We're always faced with choices. And so I'm not saying that you're gonna have no choices in your life from here on out. That'd be terrifying, right? But big decisive factors that require loads of judgment, I see them coming to an end. I also feel like that's part of the Six of Swords too, is like your journey is over, like you're getting into another boat. Like we got two vehicles here. And there's also a boat in the Judgment card as well. We have these vehicles. I mean, we don't call a boat a vehicle necessarily, but it is. It's a vehicular structure that moves us from point A to point B. The Chariot most certainly is. And then I think this King of Cups, I know this King of Cups is precisely what I was talking about earlier. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to be lazy at all. I don't know when I try to be lazy. I think the only time I try to be lazy is like when I'm like not working. Like, you know, like on vacation or something, kicking back. Anyway, otherwise, no, I don't try to be lazy when I'm working. So no, I'm not just defaulting to this. I do believe that Spirit chose this to be your first card. I'm so sorry, Tyson. I saw someone made a donation and I didn't see your username. Thank you, Tyson, for your donation. Are you new to the channel? And you will be next, Tyson. Thank you. Yeah, welcome. I don't know if I've seen you around before. If you are not new, I apologize. But if you are, thank you very much for your subscription and your donation. Thank you and welcome. I do believe I know this card. I mean, the fact that I was just talking about this card, the fact that it came up first, this is 100% applicable to your life right now. The nature of the King of Cups is something to harness and embody right now. You're not a Scorpio, but that's okay. I don't know if you've got Scorpio in your chart. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. But harness that energy. Harness that stable energy. Despite the tides being rocky sometimes, know that they will resume to being calm. That everything is mutable. Everything is temporal. Nothing is stagnant. Nothing remains the same forever. So you have 3 placements in Scorpio, so this should not be difficult for you to harness this energy. I really try to harness the energy of King of Cups. It really is, I think. My card for today that I pulled is King of Swords, which is the Aquarius card. But I really admire, I wish I had and I try to implement that emotional stability of not allowing external forces to affect this in here, to affect my emotions, to affect my soul, affect my mind and the chemicals that are being set off in it. I have control over that. I have sovereignty over that. I have agency over that. Um, and like I said, I personally have a difficult time with it sometimes, but you know, fake it till you make it. I try to fake it till I can make it. Like I will never stop aiming for this King of Cups stability emotionally. It's really admirable, and if you can get to that place, if you've already been there and you know how to get to that place, like, or if you're already there right now, um, you know, maintain that, that stability that you have, um, and yeah, don't let. Yeah, that's what I think Spirit is saying. Like I said, it's something I definitely emulate, the energy of the King of Cups. I always think of the King of Cups when I'm going through stuff like external forces, someone saying something that affects me way more than it should, someone doing something that, yeah, less moved by crazy ups and downs. Exactly, exactly. I can't tell you how many things I've allowed to, because it's not you, but we allow ourselves to get affected by things. We can choose to get affected by it, or we can take a deep breath and go, you know, this will pass, or maybe what was said, they didn't mean it, or maybe what was done can be reversed, you know, instead of allowing ourselves to, I allow myself usually to, I don't want to say spiral, but I do allow external things subconsciously to affect me. But if I'm conscious about it and tell myself, like, you know, don't let something someone says to you bother you, or just because this one person said something, you know, they mean a lot to you in your life, but they may not have meant what they said, or whatever the case may be. It's really something wonderful to master, and I've no doubt that you can love it, and I've no doubt that you already embody a lot of that energy, a lot more than me, I can say. I think as air signs, you know, I have very little water in my chart. It's like mostly air. And as air signs, you know, we're the realm of the mind as opposed to the realm of the emotions. So it can go one of two ways. I think with air signs, we can either be completely overcome by emotions because we have a difficult time addressing them. I'm speaking as an Aquarius. Um, or, you know, we can utilize our mental balance that we have and try and apply that to other aspects too. The same with like, you know, oh, and that was the other thing I was going to say. So yeah, I'd see it go one of two ways. Either it really overwhelms people, or like I've seen a lot of dude air signs, particularly, not all dude air signs, but some have an easier time of just not dealing with emotions at all. A lot of Aquarius guys I've met like that. And a lot of Gemini guys I've met like that. They just can just tune out emotions and just stay in that realm of the mind, which I think as women we inherently can't do, um, for the most part. But and I don't want to do that, but yeah, I have seen that too. Anyway, I hope that brought you clarity to your question, Felicia. There are definitely blessings coming towards you, things coming to an end, um, getting closure, and getting that car that you've been searching for, hun. I really believe that you're going to be getting it soon. So yeah, if you've put that search on hold, I would resume it. Yeah. You're very welcome, Felicia. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. Tyson. Tyson, thank you for your donation, Tyson. Okay, so you wanted an expanded reading, Tyson? Let's go into the card cam here. All right, my friend, please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. And if you are watching this live stream, please be a friend. Thank you for being a friend. And remember to click the like button. It really helps me out. Thank you. Oh, I don't know if you're still here, Felicia. I hope you are. But this is so random. But I have my first acupuncture appointment on this Friday. I've never tried it before. Don't really know this stuff. Maybe a general reading. Yeah, I can do a general reading. Absolutely, Tyson. Tyson, please tell me. Do you know your astrological sign? And if you don't know your sign, can I just get your birthday and I can tell you what your sign is? You do! Oh, that's wonderful, Felicia. Yeah. I really want to quit tobacco. I'm hoping acupuncture will help. I've heard it's great for addictions. Yeah. October 29th. You, my friend, are a Scorpio. We were just talking about the King of Cups. That's your card. Death is your card, is your major arcana card, and King of Cups is your court card. King of Cups is a bang-on card. All right, my friend. So I am going to do a general reading for you. I don't know if they're a good practitioner. They're the practitioner that my insurance uses, so I didn't have a choice in the matter. I'm hoping they're good. I'll let you know. I'll let you know how it goes, Felicia. I'm really hoping they can address a few things more than just quitting tobacco. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Yeah, no, it's totally covered by my insurance, which is legit. Like, totally free. Yeah, I'm really excited. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Tyson, is this your first tarot reading? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Okay. I was gonna say, whoa, not at first. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Tyson with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. 6 of Wands, 9 of Swords reversed, Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles reversed, 5 of Cups, the Star, the Hermit, 10 of Cups reversed, Justice, 7 of Cups, the Lovers reversed, 5 of Wands reversed, Ace of Wands reversed, the High Priestess reversed, and 9 of Pentacles. Okay. So you've got, in your reading, I was talking about reversals earlier, and how not all upright cards are necessarily good. I'll get to that. And how not all reverse cards are necessarily bad. Get to this. I actually want to start with this. The reason why I love this card so much is because it is a signifier that whatever has been worrying you or causing you anxiety or possibly sleepless nights, something that's been on your mind, like living rent free in your mind every day and plaguing your thoughts. If there's something in your life right now that's been doing that to you, I would really anticipate it coming to an end very soon. And it actually looks like it's, well, it could be internal and external. But with this Hermit card and this Five of Wands reversed, I'm getting the energy that it could just be worry in and of itself, like generalized anxiety for no reason. That's something that I personally suffer from, and many people I know. Because, yeah, this Five of Wands reversed, Five of Wands in its upright position is battles, conflicts. Reversed is inner conflict, and kind of processing the process that occurs after something befalls us that does cause us this worry. And you may be in a position right now where you've kind of retreated a bit, either physically and or emotionally from someone or something, with this Hermit card, in order to process, to mentally process what has been hurting you or something that has hurt you. And I've got to touch upon this. Well, I'll touch upon everything, but I'm feeling drawn to touch upon this Five of Cups, Seven of Cups, Nine of Pentacles situation over here. Five of Cups is loss, plain and simple. Well, it could also symbolize guilt, regret, but I'm feeling more in the energy of you feel as though you've lost something or lost someone. And that might be what Spirit is acknowledging that you're processing right now, and what they're also acknowledging is going to come to a close, is going to come to an end. But with this Five of Cups, Seven of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Cups is wish fulfillment, is wishes being filled. And I feel like there was something in your life that you may have like manifested in some way, but it was something you always wanted, you dreamed of, you wished for, and you had cultivated something, either with a person or it might be a job or a group of people, but it didn't get to that Ten of Pentacles. It stopped at the Nine, and it came to a close. And with this Page of Pentacles reversed, Spirit is saying that there are some things, and I mean, this isn't news, this is just, a truth of life. There are some things in this life that are out of our hands. There are some problems that we can only do so much to tackle or solve, or come to a resolution on. But Spirit is saying at the same time, though there's a lot of this is out of your hands, the way you are handling it is with quite a bit of grace. And we didn't pull the King of Cups, but you are a Scorpio, and that, like I mentioned, that is your court card. And I don't know if you were here earlier listening, but I'll repeat myself. The King of Cups, well, we have this Queen of Cups very similarly. The Queen of Cups too sits on their throne, and their throne is on the water. And that ocean it gets wavy, it gets choppy, but it also dies down and becomes smooth again and is, flat and easier to manage, easier to maintain your upright position, um, easier to maintain your emotional stability. It's about keeping emotionally stable and not allowing external forces to meddle with your inner sanctity, your emotions. Um, One second here. Yeah, beyond there being problems in your life that are out of your control to tackle entirely, you can only do as much as you are able to for any one problem. Um, and Spirit is acknowledging that, but what Spirit is also acknowledging is that there's only, with this High Priestess reverse, is that there's only so much information that we are given at times. You might be stuck with a lot of questions as to why um, whatever befell you happened, what the reasons why. I don't think there was a very clear answer. Because I'm definitely getting a message of like a lack of information. Um, yeah, I'm wondering, like, did you go through a breakup or something, Tyson? Is this resonating at all? Because I'm trying to put all the pieces together here, and I'm definitely getting messages as well. Um, this Ten of Cups reversed right here in the center, though, does perplex me a little bit. Because this can be a signifier of one of two things. Either disharmony within the home, within your family, for sure. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm seeing here. So it was a breakup. I'm sorry, love, that you went through that. That sucks, because, yeah, Ace of Wands is an ending, something coming to an end. But Spirit is saying that you have the power to remain emotionally balanced, emotionally stable. That's that King of Cups. And Queen of Cups is Cancer, but she's also on a throne in the middle of the ocean. She remains stable. She remains stable. But Spirit also acknowledges that, yeah, I don't know if you had a family with this person, or what, how long you were together, and you don't have to tell me then. But there's definitely disharmony within your home. I don't know if you live alone, but especially if you live alone, probably I would say in that household, yeah, you're not pleased, and yeah, something came to an end. This Ace of Wands reversed. But I'm gonna tell you what, Tyson, this is what I always do. I always save the best for last. Okay, Spirit is saying that there is a major victory on the horizon for you with this Six of Wands. That you are going to find success in life. You are going to be with the right person at the right time. Trust and believe it's going to happen. I don't know how old you are. And no one's telling me that either. But I have definitely found it's definitely important not to compare our journey to anybody else's. Some people find their soulmate at the age of like 13. Some people find their soulmate at the age of 60, 65, 70. You know, it's not, it happens when it's meant to happen with the right person. And Spirit is saying that you're not going to have to, like, if Spirit is saying that victory is yours on the horizon, you're not going to have to wait much longer, because Spirit can really only read so far into the future. Not everything is set in stone in this world. There's free will, but Spirit is saying, like, definitely, like, there is definitely a light at the end of the tunnel here. And you are going to be restored with hope. You're going to be restored with a sense of faith, but most and healing too. This is also a part of healing. That's why I name my channel Starry Tarot. The star is my card as an Aquarius. This is the Aquarius card. And while I do tell people I'm not here to be a soothsayer, I am here to illuminate the truth. I'm here to illuminate that in every space of darkness, there is always a point of light. Always. And it's usually in those moments of darkness that we can't see it, but it will illuminate itself, and it will in the near future here, love. And healing is going to take place, and light will be restored into your life. And with this Lover's Reverse card, I just want to get some clarity on this. 1 second. Yeah, okay. So remember I was talking about inner conflicts with this Five of Wands reversed. Spirit is saying that it's definitely both. There's external conflicts that are causing internal conflicts within you emotionally. And when I see this Lover's Reverse card, this is a reminder that, as I was saying earlier, the tide always changes. This too will pass. It may not feel like it will right now. It may not feel like it at this time, but Spirit is saying, like, just as they were able to pick up on your breakup, they're able to pick up on the near future, which is you're going to see the light. You're going to find light, love, healing, joy, harmony. Balance will be restored in your life. This card, none of these cards lie. The card don't lie. But if I know any card in this deck, and I know them all very well, I know this one like a best friend. She's my favorite, the Star. She's what you want to see when you're not feeling, especially when you're not feeling great, when you're feeling blue, when you're feeling in the dark. She's what you want to see. She's the reassurance that you want. That she's one of the few very reassuring cards in the tarot, I will say. It is a harbinger of hope and light in a place of darkness. So Spirit absolutely acknowledges that this is a painful time right now. But as I started with this Nine of Swords reverse, whatever's plaguing your mind right now will come to an end, and shortly. Shorter, it'll you're gonna heal faster than you thought you would, than you thought this was gonna take. Because when we go through something like that, we all need to heal. Which you're in the process of doing right now, and just like physically healing from something, it can be painful, it can be uncomfortable, it can be painful, and but it will lead to recovery, it will lead to restored balance, and you will be feeling right as rain, Tyson. You will feel like your old self again, and you won't feel a sense of loss. You won't feel like you need it or want it of anything. Because harmony will be restored, okay? So that is what I am seeing for you, Tyson. Again, I'm so sorry that you went through that. Yeah, that's really, really hard to go through. And what's the date today? The 9th. Yeah, we're still in Venus retrograde and Mercury. I think Mercury retrograde might have come to an end finally, but I believe Venus is still in retrograde until the 15th, I want to say. And Venus controls romance and relationships. I don't know when it ended, but and I don't know what the circumstances were specifically. But I have seen a lot of breakups happening, a lot of makeups happening, a lot of new relationships happening, things coming to a close, things coming to a new beginning. So just rest easy and rest and treat yourself right and get the sleep you need. Knowing that the tides are going to change in a major way soon. Because like I said, Spirit can only look so far into the future. Spirits and tarot is really all about reading current energies. But they can see, into the near future. I'd say about maybe 3-6 months, they're most accurate, because there's just free will in this world. But so if they're saying that now, they're saying like this is like meant to happen. This breakup was meant to happen, but whatever new blessing is coming into your life is also meant to happen. And this was supposed to happen to make way for this new blessing in your life. Okay. Thank you again, Tyson. Love and light to you. Many blessings. And I hope that brought you some peace and definitely hope. Like I said, I always tell people I'm not here to give hope. I'm here to tell the truth, but I did tell you the truth. And the truth is there is hope. And there's hope for everyone. But Spirit wants you to know, like, cheer up, Chuck. Things are going to get a lot better. And I know that sounds really corny and just like dismissive, but I wouldn't say it if I didn't see it. I swear to you. Swear on my life, swear to God. I wouldn't say that just to make you feel better. I would tell you whatever I see, which is what I did. So, um, yeah. Thank you again. Thank you very much. Oh, that's not. I don't think that sounds cliche, Felicia. I think that's a great thing to do when one has gone through something like that, major life change. That's, I mean, like an emotional upheaval. I think that's a great thing. I think that's great advice. In fact, I should do that. I really should. I mean, I have a list like in my head when I'm blue, all the things all the things I have to be grateful for in my life, of which there are an abundance. I hope you see there's still something, albeit small. Absolutely, yeah, it really does. Speaking of illuminating things in the darkness, I think that's a great way to do that, Felicia, to illuminate the light that is currently in one's life at this time. Absolutely. Even things as simple as like waking up and breathing in the morning, being able to live, um, yeah, being grateful for the food that we eat, the roofs over our heads, our families, friends. Yeah. Hi, Alphonse. Good to see you. Yeah, happy Wednesday. I keep on thinking it's Tuesday for some reason because I didn't have work on Monday and it threw me off my sketch. How you doing, Alphonse? Legit. Thank you so much, Alphonse. Good to hear. Good to hear. Thank you so much for your donation, Wendy, and thank you, Alphonse, who's received your donation, and thank you, Wendy. Good to see you, Wendy. How are you doing? Let's go ahead and do this. I know. I hope you're well, love. You crossed my mind like I think it was like a week ago. It's like I have not seen Wendy in a long time. I hope she is doing well. Alphonse, thank you for your donation, my friend. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Actually, while you are typing that, I'm going to go grab something really quick. I'll be right back. All right, and we are back. You bought a new house? Oh, you're super busy. Oh, congrats, Wendy, congrats. Of course, it's about Lisa. What message does Spirit need me to know regarding Lisa while we get back together romantically long term? Or I don't know. Okay, how do I ask that? Alphonse, do you mind if I just ask it, like, what advice do you have for Alphonse regarding Lisa? Because Spirit said that she felt like she finally feels like you would be a good partner for her, which is great, big step. But this is Lisa, and she moves like a tortoise, and she doesn't, just because someone feels a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to act on it or act on it quickly. And just, you know, having read for her for a certain number of times. Okay, thank you, thank you. I mean, it's your reading, so we can ask it however you want. But I just think that would be the best way to best way for you to glean the most information here. Angels, messengers, and because things change, people's minds change, emotions change. We want to see what Spirit wants you to know right now at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Alphonse with any and all advice on him and Lisa. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Alphonse with any and all advice regarding him and Lisa. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Alphonse with any and all advice regarding him and Lisa. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Alphonse with any and all advice regarding him and Lisa. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Alphonse any and all advice regarding him and Lisa. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Alphonse with any and all advice regarding him and Lisa. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Alphonse with any and all advice regarding him and Lisa. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Alphonse with any and all advice regarding him and Lisa. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Alphonse advice regarding him and Lisa. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Alphonse with any and all advice regarding him and Lisa. Thank you. Four of Cups, Five of Wands reversed, Six of Swords, Judgment, and Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Page of Pentacles reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed is Spirit saying that, yeah. Okay, I just saw what you typed, that everyone has free will. Yeah, that's a big part of this. Spirit is saying that there's only so much that you can do, and you know this. There's only so much you can really do at this time. You can't push her. That's going to push her away. Even reaching out to her is a tenuous consideration. Unfortunately, you're going to just have to, if you are convinced that she's the only one for you, and there's nobody else, then they're saying that you're just gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait and be patient here. And with that consideration is you may feel disappointed. You may not see her for a little while. I let her contact me. I don't contact. Yeah. And I'm afraid it may take a while for her to contact you next. So, I know she felt that certain type of way when she last spoke to you, but I don't know when that was, if that was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I would think, when I've figured out that a certain fella is right for me romantically, well, I don't take things super fast. I don't waste time, but I don't know. That's just, but she's a different person. I was gonna say, I don't sit on it and wait and think about it, like, and let the other person, like, take the lead. I would at least call them or text them. Maybe not tell them immediately my feelings, but, she's not taking any action in 2 weeks. Okay, so 2 weeks. She's not taking any action. And she's already like a real slow mover. I'm just concerned that, and this is what Spirit is saying, if all you're thinking of is that she's the one for you and you're looking down at these 3 empty cups thinking that that's your absence of Lisa, Spirit is saying like, there, dude, like she may not be the only one. In fact, she's not the only one. I like Spirit is saying that with like fervent like agree, like, and that doesn't surprise me. We have multiple soulmates on this earth. It's just especially in our culture now, it's very hard to meet people. It is. It's very hard to meet people, but there are multiple chances for us to find love, because Spirit wants nothing but us to be in a healthy, connected, romantic relationship, because that's what propagates the planet, right? At the end of the day, even if you're not planning on having children, they want us to be happy at the end of the day and feel loved and be cared for, and you care for someone else, have a partnership. They want to see that and facilitate that. So they try it and give us as many opportunities as possible for that to happen. And with that, I have been told that we have multiple opportunities for different soulmates. She may be a soulmate of yours, but she's not the only one. And it's just about looking up and seeing other people, looking around and not focusing on her absence, keeping your heart open while she's not taking any action here. Because as long as she's not taking any action, you really are your own free agent. And if a lovely lady were to come into your life, that would be great for you. If you're focused on her 100%, that's going to prevent you from meeting someone that would be really good for you. It's not just one person. I hate to say it, but that's why a lot of people end up cheating, because they meet that other soulmate. You know, as you know, I waited, and I feel like I've wasted 3 years waiting for her to come back to me. And I know that whoever I'm with, I will give them love and peace in the world. Yes, absolutely. And you've waited a long time. And this is where you need to make a judgment call. You need to make a decision here. You've waited already 3 years. Now you're waiting night and day since you got that phone call and I gave you that tarot reading. And I think this is the judgment call. It's like, okay, well, yeah, she has feelings for you, but did she vocalize them? No. Has she acted upon them? No. Has she ever in your entire connection? I don't know if she has, but you know, it's one thing to act slowly and with consideration. It's another thing to just waste people's time. And I know this is, it may cause some inner conflict for you, having to make that decision, because Spirit really wants you to make that decision. Like, you know, if you want to wait for her, you can do so, but just know, not only are you likely going to have to wait another long while, if it happens at all, for sure, because that nothing is set in stone. But B, if you just wait and only focus on her, even while she's not in your life, while she's in Spain or Portugal, she's not even, you guys aren't even dating. It's a disservice for you to not look up and see that there's other women around you, and that can be really difficult when our heart's set on one person. In fact, like I in times in my life, I've been scared that that's the case. When I know I need to move on from someone, I'm afraid that I'm bound to them. And she's broken my heart too many times. I think it's best for me to move on. I was just going to get to the 6 of Swords, dude. I think that when we were dating, it was great. And she knows that I love her so much, but I deserve to be with someone who wants to. Yes, someone who wants to be with you. Like I said, it's one thing to move things slowly and carefully, but you guys have already dated. There's no reason to move with caution. She knows you. There's no reason to move with caution from here. She's just dragging her feet, and Spirit is saying, dude, it would be a real service to you to get in your boat and move to calmer waters. It's, you know, it's great that she feels some type of way about you, but only in that she has intentions of doing something about that, and she hasn't done anything. I was surprised. I was like, wait, was my reading wrong? I still stand by my reading. I do think that she has some feelings for you, but do I think they're exclusive to you and you alone? I don't know. I don't know. She's off in Spain. She could be, you know, talking to other dudes, having drinks with other dudes. I have no idea. We didn't ask that, but it's possible, because she feels unattached. She feels unattached. Despite the fact that she likes you, she feels unattached. So you should be unattached too. It's okay to have to keep a spot in your heart for her if she happens to pop into your life. But I'm telling you, I think you would be very surprised if you were to just look up here. I know it's hard to meet people these days. I know, as a single person, I know. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. But it is possible. And it's not like you live in the middle of nowhere. I know where you live. You don't have to say it on here, but you told me in the past. Or I think I saw it on your PayPal or something. You live in a place that definitely has a lot of ladies, and you could meet one and they would really like you. Like I said, there's other people out there that spirit puts on this planet for us, dude. I think that when she sees me with someone else and she sees me happy, she will regret it. Well, that's tough for her, because if you're genuinely happy with another person, even if she regrets it and comes forward to you, you're not going to want to leave that new person. In between San Diego and Palm Springs. Like OC? No, that's not OC. In between San Diego, regardless, that's an area with that's highly populated, okay? And I love Palm Springs. You're in the I was gonna say that's desert, Ash. Like, yeah. But so, is it a good place? Maybe I'm not right. Is it because I just got back from the desert? Wait, you in like Joshua Tree area? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like dox you, but like, I'm actually just trying to assess your dating situation. And even in places that like aren't going to Coachella this weekend, you're in Joshua Tree? No, shoot, serious? Did I tell you that I just got back from Joshua Tree? That's like my happy place, dude. It's okay. So yeah, you're in the desert. Okay, maybe look outside the desert. It's not a far drive outside of the desert to get out of the desert. Am I right? And you're going to Coachella this weekend. That's so cool. They have such a good set. There's such a good list this year. Oh my God. I love Palm Springs, girl. I love it. 30 minutes from Joshua Tree. Yes. Isn't it this? It looks like, honestly, it looks like God, like the state park. It looks like they gave God some clay. They're just like, go to town. Make this freaking beautiful. It literally looks like it was like sculpted. So beautiful. I love that place. I go there quite often. So very cool, very cool. And that's very cool that you're going to Coachella this weekend. Maybe you'll meet a nice lady at Coachella, dude. Hello girls at Coachella. I'm doing that emoji, the emoji. Yeah, hello. I mean, lots of youngins, but there's people of all ages at Coachella. I really wanted to go this year. Who is it that I really wanted to see that was playing? I like went berserk. It's your 6th time? Woo, that's so cool, dude. I only went once. I've only been once. But at least I can say I've been. I went in 2009. It wasn't as, like, bougie as it is now. 6 of Swords, get in your boat and move to calmer waters. Spirit says that, so to conclude this, sorry, we'll talk about Coachella in a sec. Spirit's saying that it's okay to wait for her, but you should probably actively date while you're waiting, because she may take forever, and I know there's a wonderful lady out there for you who's not her, probably better for you than her, because you wouldn't have to question where she's at all the time emotionally. She'll be like, hey, we're in love, like, and she'll tell people, and she'll be proud, and she'll tell you won't have to. I almost knocked over my gator, but honestly, you won't have to question where she's at, because that's the kind of woman you need. Your first time was amazing. Mine wasn't. Mine was not. I camped because I was a poor little kid, and I shouldn't say that I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. Never mind. I didn't party. Let's just put it that way. I did not party. I was very, very sober. I didn't bring any party materials. Like, couldn't buy booze. I think I was under 21. I think I was 20. No, wait. No, I was definitely over 21. Booze was too expensive. So I was just sober. It's not that much fun when you're super sober, but did see some amazing bands. Saw like Throbbing Grizzle, saw The Cure for the 3rd time. I missed Glass Candy, which sucks. Saw Crystal Castles, and I watched the performance of them. I just searched Coachella 2009 Crystal Castles. I watched it like a week ago. I'm like, yeah, I totally remember that. It's crazy how that sticks with you. I went with my ex-boyfriend, and we were totally friends. Like, it wasn't like I had feelings for him or anything, and we just camped. And we wanted to see so many different bands that we hardly ever hung out. So I was just by myself a lot of the time, and which is cool, but Love the desert. Always love the desert. And thank you, Alphonse. You have fun at Coachella this weekend. Oh my God. If I could be you, I was so sad. I even, like, when I saw the set list, like, for the lineup, I should say, about 2 months ago, I was too late. I was too late. I was like, oh, why? All right, Miss Wendy. Wendy, thank you for your donation, love. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so you donated 19.99. So that would be like that'd be like an 11 card reading. Um, if you want a 15 card reading, it's 25.25. So if you want a full 15, um, you can always donate an additional $5.26. Otherwise, um, it would just be an 11 card reading if you're fine with that, Wendy. Went last year with friends and was sad because I was thinking about her. This weekend, it's all about how I was just going to say, this weekend, it's all about you, man. It's all about you. It's all about having fun. I don't know if you're going with friends or if you're going by yourself, but you have an amazing time, dude. And again, wishing I was you right now. Wow, like, very cool. I would love a weekend in the desert with music. So much fun. You're gonna have a blast. Wendy, please come to the chat. Meeting friends, they're rad. Awesome. You're very welcome, my friend. Thank you, as always. I really, I gotta say, I like that message from Spirit. It's just like, this is about you and your life, and yeah, you can save a space in your heart for her, but like, there's other ladies, dude. Like, for sure. You are, and ladies that, not just other ladies who are gonna, like, shower you with affection because you do that with them. They're not gonna question where you're at. Wendy, please come to the chat. Wendy, thank you. Wendy, please come to the chat. Thank you. Wendy, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you. Wendy, please come to the chat. Thank you. Wendy, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you, Wendy. Oh dear. So I have been on for 2 hours now. So I really hope Wendy comes to the chat. So y'all get 3 minutes to come to the chat when I call your name, and then we either move on to the next person or wait for you if it's not the end of the night. But 2 hours marks the end of my night if we don't have any. I mean, I'll keep going all night if y'all have donations, I don't mind. But if there's no other donations, then I will be calling it a night if Wendy's not here. I'll give her 6 minutes because we'll do the last call as well. Wendy, please come to the chat. Thank you very much. Oh, shit. Sorry. Wendy, please come to the chat. Thank you. Wendy, please come to the chat. Thank you. All right, so I've been calling Wendy's name for 3 minutes now, a little over 3 minutes, and I haven't seen her. So I'm gonna do a last call for any and all donations tonight. Last call for any and all donations, and last call for Wendy too. If she's not here by the end of the night, then I will read for her next time. Last call, everybody, for any and all donations tonight, or if your name's Wendy. But if you have a question, basically, yeah, I can answer it for you. No problem. No problemo. And I would love to read for Wendy as well. Last call for either Wendy to come to the chat or any and all donations tonight. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Any and all questions tonight. I really need to write and record a song, like a little jingle that goes like last call, or something. I don't know, some song. I could do it. Don't know how good it would be, but I could do it. Last call, everyone. Last call. If you have a question you need to have answered, or you would like to have answered that is not a legal nor a medical question, I would love to do that for you. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call for all questions. Thank you. And for all Wendy's. Thank you. Last call. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Questions you may have, I can answer for you. Last call, everyone. Thank you. Last call tonight for Wendy, or any questions anyone out there may have. Last call, thank you. Wendy girl, you out there? Last call, everybody. All right, I'm going to call it a wonderful, wonderful night. Wendy, if you are watching this, I will read for you when I am live. I will be on again tomorrow. But you can get your readings whenever I'm live next. Or if you can't wait, you can email me, and I can type it to you, the cards that I pull and my reading for you. Or if you're on Instagram, you can bring me on Instagram. We can do it over Instagram. So those are your 3 options, Miss Wendy. Thank you all so very much, and I will hopefully see y'all tomorrow. Definitely stop by.